Tonight, Jeremy from AnEarful Blog joins us to talk about music festivals. The good, the bad, and the insane. Plus, dad jokes from Chuckleballs and some unusual memes. Now here's your host, Dennis Ball. What is up, Jeremy?
Hey, Dennis. How you doing?
Welcome back from AnEarful Blog, which everybody should check out, and you have a podcast now. Is that right?
I do, in fact. It's called Discover Music with an Earful.
So
I'm doing monthly look backs at what I've been listening to. So the month is almost over, and that means I'll be taping on Sunday.
Which is a lot of cool stuff. So check that out. I'm getting the plug out at the beginning. All right, so let's get into it, because as we were discussing, what's up, Georgia Constitution Media? SOHGD, what is up? And Paper Bag Man, what's up?
Nice.
All right, now, guys, I want you guys in the chat to tell us what is your most memorable festival that you've been to, or that you've even heard about if you haven't been to a festival. But put that in the chat, and then we're gonna do that as well, Jeremy, and maybe this will be sort of a springboard to us talking about a bunch of different festivals.
Mm-hmm.
What's your most personally memorable one that you've gone to, good or bad?
To tell you the absolute truth, I haven't been to a ton of festivals.
Yeah.
But obviously I went to Lollapalooza when the Beastie Boys were on it, and that was incredible on Randall's Island. We had Flaming Lips were there and a whole bunch of other bands. But I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
My favorite festival right now is the one I went to last September here in the city. It was called Indie Plaza. It was a collaboration between Rockefeller Center and Rough Trade, the record store.
Right.
And it was a 2-day festival. We just went the 1 day because that's when most of the bands we want to see were playing. And it was insane how many good bands they had. We got there at 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
We saw Daisy, King Hannah, Sophie Royer, the Muckers. They Hate Change, although their set got a little messed up. Mary Lattimore, the harp player.
Right.
Yaya Bay, the R&B singer. Horse Girl from Chicago.
Wow.
One of the best bands around right now. Claude, a really wonderful pop singer. Automatic. And we left before the DJ set by Ali Shaheed Muhammad because we were falling off our feet.
Oh my God!
He had a ton of people there, so we didn't feel bad leaving him. But that was an amazing day.
From Tribe Called Quest,
so
right?
Many boxes.
Ali Shaheed Muhammad from A Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, he was rocking it as we pulled
Wow, that's amazing. All right,
but it was an incredible. And I talked to them at Rough Trade. They're going to do it again.
Yeah. Next
year, but it'll probably only be 1 day. But if the lineup is that good, man, I can't wait.
That's cool. That is
very
cool. Wow, that's actually making me... I mean, I went to one show in Central Park that was a free show in the late 90s, and it was the Beastie Boys and Tribe Called Quest and, Roots, I think, was the third band, and they were kind of new. And it was crazy. You could get right up to the stage. It was an awesome show. I don't think of it as a festival per se. I think in terms.
I mean,
go ahead.
I'm just that's
no. Yours is my. But
right.
I think for me,
summer stage is kind of a
summer stage.
Yeah, it's a summer long series of shows, so it's different than a festival. But I always try to get to some of those shows.
I wonder if you were there at that show that I went to. It was probably not.
I did not know. I never saw the Beastie Boys outside except for Lollapalooza.
It must have been 96 or 5 or something.
I don't know why I missed it. I saw them with Tribe at some arena, but I didn't see that show.
So I'll quickly say, though, for festivals, I went to see, did some work with Big D and the Kids Table, the ska punk band from Boston. And they were, they always were at Warped Tour. They were the veterans. They did it for it's 20 years or something, the whole duration almost. And so when they came around, I would always try to go, and then I would go in when came down when I was in Atlanta too. So in Boston and then Atlanta. And so um, those memories are good memories. They're cool memories actually because I got to have sort of a perspective that a band has a little bit more than, which was nice. I mean, it was a little bit cushier, but let me tell you something. It still was difficult. Like that must be a hard life to do one of those tours. Like they were living out of a bus, and it was a little fragrant in there. And it was just like a bunch of buses parked in a parking lot. You know, like they had. It was not at all fancy accommodations for the talent, but it was cool. I mean, many stages, lots going on, lots of bands doing signings, meeting fans, lots of opportunity for people to discover new bands. At
So
some of
cool.
those Warp tours, which I think was really cool. I mean, some years were better than others. But
Mhm.
let me tell you something. We're gonna go to the hi. We're gonna go back to the chat in a second.
Yeah.
But let's go back actually now and see what people are saying because we have Corey. Corey Simons is in. What's up, Corey? How are you? And Nito is here. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Nito, let's start at the most recent. Nito says the Fest. They had acts like Less Than Jake, No Effects, Laura Stevenson, punk folk, and alternative.
In Gainesville, Florida. That's cool.
Yeah, you wanted to go to Warp Tour, but you couldn't get over your anxiety enough, dude. I know. I was anxiety. I had anxiety about going, and I was going to be taken care of. Like I was going to be escorted in for free, yada yada yada. It still was just too much. Cause I'd be like, it's too many people. It's like weird. And so that's one
I just
thing.
want to say that Laura
Yeah,
Stevenson is a great songwriter. That's
I'm,
cool that you got to see her at the fest.
I'm not familiar with her, but I'm gonna have to
Yeah, no,
check
she's
her
really
out.
good.
Paper Bag Man. Okay, yes, Beast Boys rule and Beastie Boys rule. That is true, Paper Bag Man. Vans Warp Tour 96 and 97. I probably was at those, Paper Bag Man, at in the New England ones. Georgia
Mm.
Constitution Media went to Beach Fest with the Beach Boys and more in 1983. Were those surf bands, Georgia Constitution Media? What was the vibe? What were the other
That's
bands?
a long time ago.
Yeah, that was 83. I wonder if Dick Dale was there or anybody. That would be like worth getting in a time machine to see. All right. Yes, Corey's saying she's never really been to any movie or he's. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, Corey, or if you're gender non-specific. So feel free to let me know if you want to. I've never been to any music festivals, just concerts, big and small venues, sometimes with
Hmm.
multiple lineups and basement shows. Same. I kind of like prefer to pick one band and go to see the show and focus on that rather than like
Yeah.
having it be this like marathon where you feel like you're like doesn't it feel weird that you would leave before Alicia Heed Muhammad does the DJ set, but you couldn't stay, like it's too
We had
much.
just been there too long, and frankly, he's a great DJ. And but after the live music we saw, the bands playing, it was just we were just wanted to float home on that energy rather than a guy
Yeah,
playing records. Even someone as good as him.
I hear you. All right,
And
guys.
there weren't a lot of people there for Daisy at noon, so we held it up for them, and they ended up being on my top 25. Their album is so good, Out of Body.
Oh, see, that's
I,
awesome.
and that was their first show in New York. So just a really cool experience.
All right, ballers, hold on a second. We have we're gonna ask you a question and then we're gonna start to discuss it. Okay. Um, Now there's a poll. Now wait a minute and we'll discuss it. Okay, for a second. It's what's the worst festival of all time? Fire Festival, the fraudulent luxury music festival of 2017. Woodstock 99, the insane war zone festival. Wait, don't vote. You don't might not want to vote yet. I mean, you can't change it, but we're going to go through it. And Altamont, the end of the era of peace and love. Now, Jeremy, you have some thoughts on this.
Well, to be honest, I would vote for Woodstock 99 because
Yeah.
that just seemed like such a disaster for so many people. Obviously, Altamont was terrible because Meredith Hunter got murdered there,
Yes.
and that is something that should never happen.
Yep.
And it just threw a whole pall over the entire festival.
And
When you look at
there were
Woodstock '99 with the sexual assaults, it just is
yeah,
insane. That Fire Festival was a joke,
right.
but
Nobody
nobody actually
died.
got hurt.
And Altamont, let me just say quickly, because I did a little bit of a research before, because I knew
Mm-hmm.
we'd be talking about numbers of deaths, right?
Yeah.
4 people died at Altamont, actually. One
Wow.
guy was on an LSD trip and he drowned in a drainage ditch, and 2 people got hit by cars.
Jeez.
And Woodstock '99, I believe 4 people also died, but it was weird. It was hard to get that information. They literally treated hundreds of thousands of people for different things, and it
Yeah,
was
people
like
did die there,
it was a war zone, and like you said, yeah, it was,
many women were sexually assaulted.
which is horrible. I mean, I think
Yes.
Woodstock '99 to me is the worst.
Yeah.
Um,
One
fi-
thing I said, I wrote up the Fire Festival back in 2017 for Mass Appeal. And one thing I said here, even the poor schlubs who ponied up mucho dinero to live out their fantasies on Exuma didn't deserve what they got, which was the equivalent of that scene in The Shining where the gorgeous woman in the bathtub turns into a withered carcass and can't get out.
right, exactly. I mean, yeah, like I have a couple of things here that you guys probably remember seeing, which is, this is
Yes.
the catered dinner by Steven Starr, which is bread, cheese, and salad with dressing.
Oh God. I
And
also called it the Trump University of Music Festivals.
and it's and ballers, like when it at the time when this happened, if you were on the web, like people were from memeing from the festival. People were posting like stuff like this. This is the view from our tent at Fire Festival. Like people,
Hieronymus Bosch. Yeah.
if Fire Festival was an episode of It's Always Sunny, and then the artists were posting like, "Thank goodness
Oh
we didn't go
God.
to Fire
Yeah.
Festival." And of course, Blink 182 famously withdrew
Yes.
via tweet once they started seeing that people were getting Wonder Bread. Um,
In my piece, I called them Blink 180. Who?
Blink, yeah. So there, I'll just put it up so you can see it.
Yeah.
Regrettably, after much consideration, blah blah blah, we're not confident we could have what we need to give you the quality of performances, i.e., a bed and food and water. All right, let's go to the chat because I think people probably have thoughts about this. Right
Yes,
now,
indeed.
the vote is at, oh my gosh, Jeremy, we have 6 votes and it's tied evenly. What's up,
Mm.
Duck Duck? What's up, Duck Duck? Okay, anybody have thoughts on this? Hey, Yo Ya, what's up? Maybe it's Nito was so disappointed by the events of Woodstock '99 that they did a painting about at art class about it. Would you please share that with the rest of the class, Nino? I would love to see that if you still have it.
That's intense.
Yeah, I'll post it on the Dennis Ball if you send it to me. If you want me to. That's awesome. All right, hold on a second. Yes. Hi, Night. Yes, what's up, Paper Bag? You got to see the Deftones before they got big. It might be a highlight at Vans Warped Tour. Wow, that is cool. The Deftones at Warped Tour.
Mhm.
Is it buffering for you guys? I changed to what I thought was a good internet server here at my house. And so in any case, let's we're at 9:14. Let's see here. Is there anything else before we move on, Jeremy, that you Oh, you know what? Let's talk about the good festivals. There's 2 festivals coming up that I saw ads for, and I'm just going to pull them up cuz I thought they were cool. Echoland, which is in Florida. But check it out. Phil Lesh and friends, Volpec,
Mhm.
Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. Tenacious D jumps out at me. Flaming Lips, Government Mule.
I'd
I
like to see 100 gecs, Via Farcatore. He just put out an awesome album last year.
mm-hmm.
Neil Francis is quite good.
And
That's
diggable
probably
planets.
about it for me at this one, though. See, I wouldn't go to this one. There's not enough.
Diggable planets, Jeremy.
No, not my thing.
And Dumpster Funk from and North Mississippi All Stars.
Yeah.
Um, two good bands. I know Dogs in a Pile is so. In any case, it's sort of a jam band thing.
Yeah,
All
it looks like fun though. It's great design on the poster. I
yeah,
love it.
totally. It does look like fun. And Dark Star Orchestra. So it's really one for the Deadheads with Phil Lesh and Dark Star
Mm.
Orchestra. Um, Yo-yo, scared of concerts and musical festivals? Well, you'll have to experience them voraciously through the Dennis Ball Show. Cruel World, I get you though, man. I'm not that far off from that. Cruel World is coming up in May in Pasadena. Look at this,
This is
Sue's
kind of crazy. I think it's amazing they got Susie out of retirement.
right. I mean,
She hasn't performed in years,
now it's not
but
Sue.
I'm not sure I would want to see her at this time. And Iggy Pop, I mean, I think he can still do it,
Oh
but he
yeah.
just keeps putting out these dud albums. It's really,
Now, did you not like his most recent record?
no, I did not.
I didn't hear it, but I it
Yeah,
got good reviews, I thought.
yeah, it's a one listen record.
Oh man, that's too bad.
Yeah, I stand by my 1979's New Values as the last great album he made.
Wow.
That's a while ago. You see, for me, something like this is just too nostalgia based.
Oh god, I don't care. I want to see all these bands. Human
I mean,
League,
Gang of Four, how does
Adamant.
Gang of Four even exist without Andy Gill? I mean, that's just, to me, that's,
Well,
there's something wrong with that. Bands need to end at a certain point.
right. No, I hear you.
I
I
know they
hear
have
you.
talented people playing in the band now, but it's not the Gang of Four without Andy Gill. I don't
Well,
think they have,
go ahead.
maybe John King is singing, but because I don't think Hugo Burnham is involved anymore.
Right.
Maybe, it's just,
It gets to a point where, yeah, I
yeah, I
know.
mean, it's like the Temptations playing at, Mohegan Lounge or whatever, Mohegan Sun, when there's nobody from the original Temptations in the band anymore.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's a franchise.
There's one guy who joined when the other guys were in the when the original guys were in
Right,
it, but still
exactly. There's
there.
one old soul who played with the original guys,
He
but they're all
joined in
either dead or
'85 or
retired.
something. Yeah, he do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not feeling that one too much. The festivals I'm really not necessarily going to, but I would consider would be this very cool thing called Reset that's coming to a bunch of cities: Atlanta, the Bay Area, Boston, Chicago, Columbus,
Ooh.
Dallas. I mean, and what they did was they got three people to curate a day. So Steve
Oh.
Lacy curates a day, LCD Sound System curates a day, and Boy Genius curates a day. And they all have things going for them on each of those days. So I thought that was a very cool idea. It's coming here to Forest Hills in New
That's
York.
really cool. And so they're basically doing like arranging the order of the bands and
They're curating, yeah. So Boy Genius, they got Claro to open for them, and Dijon and Bartiz Strange, and LCD. He's got Jamie XX. He's got Idols on there. Lorraine, who's incredible. I saw Lorraine last summer at Summer Stage.
cool.
Really incredible. So I think that's a neat idea that they're doing. The other one that I would really love to go see is out in Boise, Idaho.
Oh,
Now, I'm not
really?
going to make any jokes about flyover country, but I can say that I have ridden a bus through Boise, Idaho, but I've never spent any time there. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a concert festival there called Tree Fort. Have you heard of this?
I've heard it mentioned, but I don't know what it is.
This is coming up in March. And the reason I heard of it is because one of my favorite bands is this group called Summer Like the Season from Detroit.
Uh-huh.
And they were going through all their concert dates on their own podcast. And they mentioned they were playing this Tree Fort for 3 days. I was like, what?
Tree Fort.
3 days in a row. It's almost like South by Southwest. They have so many good bands. I mean, I could go there and see Summer Like the Season, Frankie and the Witchfingers, Dinosaur Jr., LaKaylee 47, Yaya Bay again, Lady
Wow.
Ray. Have you heard of Lady Ray? She can really sing.
Wow.
Charlotte, a didgeridoo and bolus pupil, who made one of
Dinosaur
the best albums
Jr.
last year.
Yeah.
Caitlin Aurelia Smith, electronic whiz. Vanessa Francis, one of the best songwriters going right now. Jane Weaver, have you heard Jane Weaver's stuff?
No, I
lately?
haven't.
Absolutely.
You're blowing me away with your knowledge of
gorgeous.
music.
Those are just the ones that I would make a point to
Yes,
see.
that's
There's like
awesome.
another 100 bands.
Why don't you, dude? Why don't you go to it? What the heck? Why not leave New York? You're in New York. Come on, go to Boise.
My daughter wants to go too. We love all these bands.
God, you should bring your daughter. Does it happen like in a time when it's like, school's out or stuff and you can go do it?
Well, nobody's in school anymore, but I have to work.
Oh, right. You have
So-
vacation days, Jeremy. I know. you
Yeah, it's
do.
true. I do. And it looks like they also have board games and yoga, and it just looks like a great time.
Do it. All right, let's look at the chat. The Vapors. Yes, the Vapors paper bag, man.
Vapors.
Corey also wanted to see that. Thank you, Corey. Yeah, Gary Newman is the godfather of new wave synth pop. I'd love to get to see him. Yes, thank you, Nito.
Yeah, I'm just, although Gary Newman has made some interesting records recently, I'm just too in the now. I can't go to a band that was great 20 years ago. I just can't do it.
So you're saying you like his stuff that's new, man? All right. Okay, hold on.
You got me, man.
Hold on a second.
Is that the first dad joke of the night?
It is the first dad joke of the night. I'm realizing I'm going to have to pull up my dad joke database. I don't think I pulled them into the script. All right, hold on a second. I remember Yo-Ya says, I remember when my sister loved Clario. I couldn't stand her music. I still can't.
Claro? You don't like Claro? Immunity was a great record.
Carmen G likes Echo and the Bunny Man. Carmen G also has most of Iggy Pop, but not the latest. Stopped after the 2016 album. That was just the last one you could stomach, Carmen G. Did you feel like it was a mistake? Like you would return that one if you could? All right, Woodstock 99 now has 44%, and Fire Festival has 33. Altamont only has 22. I will say about Altamont, just as a quick aside before we move on to Chuckleballs, I learned when I was researching for the show, not only did those 4 people die, and the other 3 really get sort of pushed to the side because of the drama surrounding Meredith.
Hunter was murdered by a Hell's Angel.
Yes, I mean, it looks like he had a gun too, didn't he?
Meredith Hunter?
Yes, it was a whole thing. What?
He pulled a weapon, I think, but they
Yes,
didn't have to beat him to death.
I know they had already beaten him up, and he came back.
Yeah.
But it's a horrible mess. It was a terrible, terrible time. But Ballers, if you're interested in the subject and in seeing the Stones set and Ike and Tina Turner set from that show, which are both freaking phenomenal, watch the Maisels Brothers documentary "Gimme Shelter," which is really good. I'm sure
I saw that when I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean it's worth. I think I need to revisit it. I have it on DVD. But all right, in that note, let's go. Your Duck's uncle was at Hell's Angel for years. Oh my gosh, that's a horrible initiation that they have to go through. Duck. I don't know if you're aware of it, but your uncle must have put up with some real stresses to become a Hell's Angel. All right, let's go to Chuckleballs, Jeremy. What do you say?
We shall.
Ballers, you can park in the back. I know that parking can be difficult to find in Ball City. And come on inside. Super Ball, let them in. Super Ball is the bouncer, Jeremy. Get it? You still got it. He's like, yes.
Try not to get done.
Okay. Everybody, I got a beverage for you. It's in front of you or in your fridge. It's your favorite drink, so grab it. Settle in, and we're going to do some dad jokes. Okay, here we go. I have a couple on the script, and then we're going to move on. You know, Jeremy, dentists don't really get big awards. They only get a little plaque. Get it? All right, I'll take that as a laugh. I'm giving it a laugh, too.
You know, my great uncle was a dentist, And I actually remember a picture of him at a dentist convention with a bunch of awards.
So he got more than a little plaque.
He revolutionized root canal. So
Oh,
good man.
cool. Yes, Super Bowl fans in the chat. Yo-Ya and SOH. Yes. All right, hold on a second. I think I might have another joke here before we. No, I got to go to the dad joke database. Dwayne Johnson is in a band, Paper Bag Man. They play rock music. They play rock music. It's a rock band. Sorry, hold on a second. I know that's bad.
You got to retire that one.
I know. I was trying to. I have it written better somewhere, but I didn't have it in front of me. But listen, ballers, why does the math book look so sad, Carmen G? It has a lot of problems, Jeremy. It has a lot of problems. That's a good one, right?
Yeah, that one added up to a laugh.
Okay, hold on. Thank you. Hold on. I have some more here. Speaking of Ronald McDonald, Corey, who's Ronald McDonald's favorite singer? Do you know this one, Jeremy? Mick Jagger. Ronald McDonald. That's an old one, I know.
Not McCartney?
I think I have like a couple more here. I went for a walk, Yo-Ya 420. I went for a walk on the streets last night. I passed an apple pie. I walked a little further. I passed an ice cream sundae sitting on the sidewalk. And then a little further, I saw a lemon cheesecake sitting next to a bush. And I thought to myself, the streets are strangely deserted tonight. Because they went to desserts on them.
Sweet.
Thank you. I think that is a laugh. And I have one more joke, which is going to go out to Georgia Constitution Media. Georgia Constitution Media, what do you call a cow that doesn't produce milk? A milk dud. All right. Thank you very much, Jeremy and Ballers, for being flexible with me, even though I was faking it with the script not being completely correct. Let me give a little bit of the tabulation of the chat here. I got a laugh from Corey. I know I've told that joke before, Yo-Ya. I have a database here which currently contains 572 jokes. I tell 5 in each episode. Georgia Constitution, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. Wow, a super chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So, yes, I have told it before. Sometimes I go back and I pull from the list. I try to find new ones, but honestly, sometimes I have a hard time finding 5 fresh ones in the time it takes me to pull. I'm pulling it together, I'd almost, and I'm doing a little research. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it after work for a couple of, the database. No, you can't see it. You have to compile it from watching all the shows. All right, hold on a second. Thank you, guys. No, sometimes I tell 6. I think I told 6 or 7 tonight because I was just kind of doing it. All right, hold on. Let's go to the memes for tonight. Yeah. But first, a message from our sponsor.
I love the morning. Time for me and the full, rich taste of Subscribe Golden. It's like waking up to 1,000 new subscribers in my cup. Subscribe Golden, new from Dennis Ball Coffee Roasters. Wake up and subscribe.
All right. That makes me want to. All right, ballers. Thank you. That makes me want a nice, fresh, steaming cup of subscribers, Jeremy.
Hey, I saw you're getting higher though. You're at 5.8.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I have currently Yeah, it's going great. People are subscribing. Thank you. Welcome to all the new ballers, by the way, watching on the replay or whatever. Hold on a second.
Woohoo!
We have currently, 5.92 thousand. So we're coming right up on 6.
Hi, my name is Lala, and I'm going to tell you how to
Oops.
check your snow.
That's the advertisement playing for the video. So in any case, yeah, it's going great. So thank you to all the new ballers who have joined. And yeah, the kind of music documentary format is doing well with Ballette illustrating particularly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go through these memes because yes, subscribe, exactly. Yes, the Woodstock video was a large cup of subscribe. It's true. And the CBGB one as well. All right, let's go here. Let's go through these memes and tell me if they are cool or drool. And they can be drool for whatever reason you can explain. We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. I mean, it's cute, but it's a little hokey. I'm giving it a drool.
Yeah, I give that a drool.
All right. It was a
Little too artistic.
This is what I looked like at Woodstock 99. Like that one.
You wish, dude.
I know, exactly. I thought that was kind of funny. But then it's like also kind of creepy as well. But it encapsulates the spirit, the creepy spirit of Woodstock 99. Yeah, we got a meh from SOH. We got a couple of cools. 2 drools on the first one. Thank you. All right, here's a good one. Goes to first music festival, Woodstock 99. I like that one. I give it a cool. It's a classic meme, and it incorporates
it's
one
a
of the
classic.
themes. It incorporates one of the themes of the evening. So how could you not? All right, we'll move on. We got a couple of cool. We got a number of cool. We got some cools from George Constitution and maybe it's Nito. Paper Bag Band gave us a cool. SOH gave us a cool on number 2. Thank you guys. That's LOL. All right, let's move on. At Woodstock, we thought it was cool to pee in a field. Now we think it's cool if we sleep through the night without getting up to pee.
Okay, boomers.
Okay, boomers, exactly. I thought that was kind of funny. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not cool. It's a little drool.
It's a little basic.
It is basic, exactly. It reads like a little kid is writing it about old people, you know. All right. How's my buddy Denisa Ball this fine evening? Benjamin, the M&M's General, is in the house. What's up, Benjamin? Thanks for joining us this fine evening. Duck, what's up with the cool? Thank you. We got a laugh from Paper Bag Man and a 4. Cool from maybe it's Nino and Carmen. All right, let's move on. Woodstock 99 attendees, whenever they hear break stuff on the radio 20 years later. Which is, if you don't know, ballers, was it Limp Bizkit's song, which kind of set things off a bit, and people started like going insane, you know. And there's this whole sort of thing, like, you know, whose fault was it? And honestly, it was everybody's fault, but not. I mean, it was really the organizers, and you know, the talent could have been selected a little bit more judiciously. I mean, they could have had some peaceful vibes in there. There were at least 2,500 portable toilets acquired for Woodstock 99, Jeremy, but they began to overflow by Friday. Unaware of this, hundreds of concert goers then famously dove into the shallow mud puddles around those areas.
I mean, that's not really a meme. That's
a fact.
history.
That's history.
Yeah.
That's a fact. I know it's
tragic history.
It's a
right
drool.
there.
It's a drool. But it was. I mean, I basically it ended up in here, but I thought it was worth
Yeah,
sharing.
I mean, we had to look at it.
Sometimes they're hippies selling acid for $1 at Woodstock in 1969. Marty, we've got to go back. I'm giving that a cool.
Just don't take the brown acid.
Yeah, just don't take the brown acid, for God's sake. Yes, I know. Gross, Carmen. You're absolutely correct. We got oofs, an oof, and a gross, and then we got 2 cools. And then cool from Nino. And me and Nicolas Cage have successfully stolen the database. SOH, no! All right, hold on. Let's keep going. This truck looks like it's headed for a Willie Nelson concert. That's pretty funny.
That's funny.
That's good. I thought that was a cool and a half.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Okay, let's keep going here. Oh, we've got some more cools coming in from SOH, Corey Simons, Georgia Constitution Media, SOH is giving us 3. Don't eat the red rope lettuce licorice. Yeah, seriously. Paper Bag Man gave us a laugh. We got a cool from SOH and cool from Yo-Ya and Duck. 5 from Paper Bag Man. Cool from Carmen. No, SOH says cool, Corey. All right, and then a cool from Nito. All right, now I'm caught up. All right, let's see here. All right, we just did that one. Woodstock 99 attendees shot by Woodstock 99 producers. How could Fred Durst do this? Which was sort of the thing. People were defending Fred Durst, who sort of famously egged people on. Rather, he could have not. He could have helped a little bit more.
Yeah. He was not a good actor.
Yeah, exactly. But
he was a little too into his own power,
right?
Which we won't talk anymore about.
Yeah, we won't.
Power with lousy music. But anyway,
yes, exactly. Speaking of which, yeah, we saw this one before. Yeah. Woodstock 99 makes Fire Festival look like a success. True. It really does. It's like they, and then okay, this one is not really. Well, I'm not going to show you that. I showed you that already. This one's pretty good. This is a Star Trek poster from Ghana. All right,
wow.
Let's take a good look at this.
This is cool,
isn't it? Look at that. Look at that alien. That looks, and they're. I mean, this looks better than Star Trek.
I recognize some of these aliens.
Yeah, exactly. But the severed heads and the yes. So yeah,
it's kind of weird where that guy's hand is going up the Gorn's.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes, it is kind of weird.
Odd. That's a little odd juxtaposition there, but
Yeah, exactly. It's a little. It gets a little. I'm giving it a cool.
I think that's very cool.
I'm guessing
it's not really a meme, but it's just cool.
No, it's not. Some of these are just stuff that I found that I thought was cool, and I was like, I wanted to share it with the ballers. I'm guessing that these paintings or even like posters are probably super desirable and difficult to get in the United States. You see them online, but I've never really seen them. Because I think it's like people hand do them for different theaters and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We saw that one, the fire meme. Okay, hold on a second. Please, sir, can I have some memes? That was supposed to be at the beginning. Thank you for giving it a laugh. The couple from Woodstock album cover are still together. I thought that was too. I'm giving it a cool. I'm not cynical.
No, I like that too. And when I think about my childhood, I think half of my childhood was spent staring at that album cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Wanting to be a hippie.
Totally.
My parents bought both Woodstock and Woodstock 2, the albums, and I would just play them and stare at those covers and just kind of will myself, even though I was only 6 years old. I just wanted to will myself there. So I think it's very sweet.
It is sweet. I agree. All right, we're getting cools. Okay, yeah, we got a cool. They're talking about disgusting flavors. Like Yo-Ya likes I don't know why this is being talked about, but I'm curious. You like the disgusting flavors of those jelly beans, like the challenge ones from like the Harry Potter bags and stuff. You like the disgusting ones are good? Like the one that tastes like snot, vomit, or grass clipping? They really do! It's insane! Some of them aren't that bad.
That's like that John Waters movie. You remember the John Waters movie that had smell-o-vision?
Yes, I do. I do. In fact, I have the DVD of that. Is that Pink Flamingos? I have the DVD, and it actually has a scratch card.
I saw it in the theater with the scratch card.
I actually, at some point, I'll have to show my children John Waters. Not yet, though. Not yet! for Baby Ball and Ballette. All
The kids
right.
are both in their 20s. I think it's time.
I think it is time too. Fantastic. So Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on once again.
You're very welcome.
And before we go, I'm just going to encourage everyone, check out AnEarful Blog and check out Jeremy's new monthly look back at all the records he's listened to in the last month, which is called...
I'll be recording on Sunday, so should be published on Monday.
But there's at least one or two up right now, right?
There's one. The January one is up, and then I have some from a couple of years ago that I experimented with.
Okay, so there's some
different format.
And it's called An Earful Podcast?
It's called Discover Music with an Earful.
Discover Music with an Earful. So check that out. We'll get a proper slide made for it next time you're on the program, man.
Cool. Yeah, I have a logo I made for it that's pretty nice, actually. So.
Oh, cool. Wait, Nito's saying that John Waters is hosting a music festival in California. That's cool. I didn't know about that.
That's cool.
I'm guessing the music's going to be freaking cool if John Waters is hosting it. He has impeccable taste.
Yeah.
For music. I mean, he does. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, that soundtrack for, what was the one with the dance party? You know what I'm talking about?
Hairspray.
Hairspray. Oh my God, that soundtrack was off the hook.
Really good. Really good.
We listened to that constantly. The Bristol Stomp and all those great old songs. That was so good.
All right, and as we're leaving, Fire Festival has taken the lead with 42%.
Wow, I'm actually surprised.
I am too. I mean, it sucked, but people didn't really die. I think people aren't really...
Woodstock 99, if you watch those documentaries, I mean, it was horrific.
Yeah, there's a documentary series on Netflix you can watch.
Yeah, we watched, and then there was a documentary movie too. I don't know if you need to watch both.
No, one's probably enough. All right, ballers. Have a wonderful weekend. Love y'all, and peace out. Let me find the freaking stream is ending thing. You want to say goodbye to the ballers, Jeremy?
So long, ballers. See you again at the end of March.
Right on.
And a 1 and a 2.
1, 2, 3. Dennis Ball, Dennis Ball. The world outside is making me so sad. But when I watch your show, it seems the world is just a joke, and things don't seem so bad. Your multi-personality is worth more than your pedigree. You're rolling with the punches like a champ. With all your skill, you're sure when you like the room when you walk in.
That's just a laugh.
Dennis Ball, Dennis Ball. You make me laugh. The world outside is making me so sad. But when I watch your show, it seems the world is just a joke, and things don't seem so bad.
Possum Kingdom Ramblers. Bambi, Ricky, Jazz. It's a real day.